Hey, it's Fork. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, go check out my first video where I explain the popular Roblox game Work at a Pizza Place. This video is obviously going to also be about Work at a Pizza Place. In the last video, I gave a basic rundown of all the different jobs that you could do in the game and just what the game's about and how to play. This one is going to be full of tips and tricks to kind of make your gaming experience more enjoyable and help you to make more money in a, like, I don't know, more efficient way, I guess. So let's start off with the cashier's position. As you can see over here, there are many jobs that you can do, something for everyone. I want to talk about two ways that you could take orders. You can either do regular or advanced. I have mine set on advanced. If you know how to read or you have children that play the game and they know how to read, advanced is the most efficient way because it gets basically the order goes through faster. Okay, but just make sure you're paying attention to over here, because if you're not, you could click the wrong thing and you could make a customer very angry. And if you don't do it in time, the dialogue goes away. But anyway, be nice. And then they're going to tell you what they want and you can just click on it. Okay. If you do want a simpler way to do it, let's say you're, like I said, your kid or you have a kid and they don't know how to read. If you come in the settings, come down to gameplay, click off the old customer dialogue, and now it's going to tell us in pictures. Over here, you can click whatever you want because all three are nice, and it does take a little bit more time, but they're going to tell you in a picture. All right, so that's that. Let's see. Oh, so there are a couple of things also with order taking. Sometimes a customer will come in with something attached to their order. It could be a present, or it could be a slice of pizza for the pets, which I'm going to do another separate video about pets and their abilities and all that kind of stuff, and how it helps you make more money. But yeah, if one of those comes through, make sure that you take the order right, because if not, they're leaving and they're taking whatever it is that they're carrying with them, whether it be that present or that slice of pizza for pets. Also, sometimes a customer will come in and they will be kind of have this glittery aura about them, and it'll make like this beautiful little tinkly type sound, and that kind of alerts everyone in the server that someone is placing an order, and that order is going to be worth 100 coins. So you definitely want to be paying attention to that. And just a little side note here, it doesn't matter who delivers that pizza. Okay, I think a lot of people think that if you are the one that delivers it, you are the one that gets the 100 coins. Everyone in the server that is currently working gets the 100 coins. So it really does not matter. Also, another side note, if you happen to grab the 100 coin pizza, please don't let it be the only pizza that you grab, because if you happen to take other orders to that same address, you can make more than 100 coins on that pizza. And that works for any of the pizzas that you deliver, because the more you take, the more you make. And I'll talk about that in just a couple of minutes. Hopefully here we have 4 things on our board. The board can hold 16. If you decide you want to be a cook, come in here, open you some ovens. I do kind of like to go ahead and start with the cans just to kind of get those out of the way, especially if you've got somebody that's taking orders fairly quickly. You can kind of stay ahead of the game. A trick to staying ahead of the game: make cheese pizzas only. And that is because you can put the toppings on after they come out. Now, you can't make just a regular pizza. So you could do things a couple of different ways. Okay. First being putting your sauce and cheese up there, and then when it comes out, you can put your toppings on there. We'll just go ahead and hang on. We'll just go ahead and make a cheese pizza. Now notice I did not put sauce on this pizza. Let me show you what happens when you make a pizza with no sauce. We'll just give it a second. If you had a pet that had a fast oven, this would go much quicker. Again, make sure you check out my video about pets. All right. There's no sauce on this. In fact, if you try to put this through here, it's going to say no sauce. Pop the sauce on there. Go for it. Well, it says not ordered because no one ordered that. But let's get this. And then we'll move on to boxing and delivering, and then I'll tell you a couple more things about taking orders and what happens when you burn something. Of course, they're going to want a cola. You know what? It doesn't really matter. Let's just pop it through and let's just go ahead and take that. Well, another one popped up there, and actually notice that now there's a order up here. That's because if it's going really slow, let's say you don't have a cashier, or maybe you're on a server by yourself, there's auto-generated orders, and that kind of helps you just have extra. The unfortunate thing about that, though, is that during a double time or a neon time, which is basically a double time is when every order is worth double. So all the 10s are now 20s. Neon time, everything becomes 100. The only things that do not become that 20 or that 100 are the orders that auto generate. So they're going to be just worth regular. A neon time can happen randomly. There's really no way to say when it'll happen. I've been in servers all day long before, like for hours, just grinding for coins, and we had a multitude of double times and never got a neon time. And then I've been in servers where neon time happened every few times. It's just kind of how it goes. If you've got plenty of Robux, or maybe your friends have plenty of Robux, you can come over here to the sign that says start neon time once and pay the 290 Robux and start a neon time. That'll make everything 100. But you definitely, if you're going to pay for it, make sure that you have plenty of people in your server that are willing to work, and make sure you have plenty of orders as well, because it's not going to benefit anyone. I've been in servers where people paid for neon time and like we made hardly anything. So it's a complete waste of Robux. All right, let's pop these orders through, and then we're going to take them, and hopefully we'll get at least one double order so that I can show you. Oh yeah. Yeah, we got one. Okay. Let's head to B1, and I'll show you what I mean as far as making more money. The more you take, the more you make. All right. Now, if this is one that, or if it's a pizza that I cut, I'm going to make more off of it, and so will everyone in the server. I have the golden pizza cutter. So, that's why it said 11 and then 12. Okay, so it adds 10% to each order, but then you also add extra coins for extra orders. So if we go to B2, we have 2 orders for this one as well. So you're going to notice that it would be 10. We got another one. Now we have 13. So if I took one and someone else took one, it would be, just 10 and 10. But we made 23 off that. So it does help when you stack pizzas. Just don't stack too many. There is a time limit to how long you can hold orders, and also how long orders will stay on that table once they get placed. I think it's about 4 minutes. So if you've ever seen people in the server saying, please take those orders, it's because there's a time limit on them. And if you happen to be holding on to a whole bunch of orders and you don't take them, and you're still in the server when the timer runs out, it will actually take away stars and you won't make as much money. So Just don't do that. Okay? That's a trolling thing. Um so just don't do that. It's not nice at all. All right, let's see. So I've talked some about the advanced mode and the regular mode and putting toppings on after. Let's see. I really don't want to talk about trolling in this video. I might combine trolling with my pet video. I think I might do that. Show you guys what it means to have a pet and how it helps you make more money faster, and also tell you kind of how to combat trolls. I think I'll do all of that in one video. All right. So if you are a supplier, I showed you how to back the truck in. I showed you exactly how to do supplies. I'm not going to talk about like exactly how to do that. I'm just going to tell you a couple of tricks. First of all, if you want to try to fit the maximum amount of boxes in your truck, get in your truck. When you go to back in, or maybe you like to pull forward, it doesn't really matter. While the truck is still in motion, jump out. Okay. And the reason why you want to do that is because the truck is actually going to maneuver the boxes itself to make room for more. All right. So, yeah. Take the extra time to do that. Work smarter, not harder. Okay. And sometimes the truck will start to move as well. So make sure you're paying attention to that. You don't want to pull too far this way. When I discovered this for the first time, I actually was pulled the adjacent way and my truck almost went into the water before I realized exactly. I was like, why is the truck moving? And that's how I discovered that the truck can actually do all of the hard work for me in placing the boxes. So yeah, and this only works if there's no one in the truck. So if someone comes and sits in the truck, you can try to nicely ask them. I had to reposition that because it wasn't doing what I wanted it to. You can ask them nicely, please get out of the truck. Just tell them you're trying to fit a whole bunch more boxes. I usually tell them I have it glitched so that I can fit more in. Sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. If it's not moving very much, jump in the truck. I might have put too many in there before I let it do its job. Let me go get another truck so I can show you what I'm talking about. Of course, it's not going to want to show you why I'm doing this tutorial. Why would it? Why would it cooperate? Just trying to get over there a little bit faster. Like I said, I always like to back my truck in. Anyway, so I'm going to back it in. I'm going to jump out while it's still moving. And then I'm going to start putting my boxes in there. See how they're moving? And the reason why they're doing that, like I said, is because they are trying to line up so that more can fit in there. So yeah. So eventually, and if they're not moving enough, you can jump in here and try to get it to move. But these will continue to move, and sometimes I can get, like, it'll be completely, like, lined up or whatever. But I do have OCD, but I don't have it that bad to where I have to have everything lined up. All right. If you have someone who is driving the truck down the road and they happen to drop supplies, you can help them out if you have a truck, not like a supply truck, but an actual truck. It will hold 4, and you literally just run into the boxes and they'll stack up and you can deliver them back to the pizza place. Just kind of does something else to just kind of help. I don't know. It's not really important, but it is something that I sometimes do. And if you drive your car, you have to be standing there to get the thing open. But if you drive your car in there, um, it will. What is happening? um, it will disappear. I'll show you what I mean. After a second, it'll disappear. I almost died just now. There it goes. See? And that's just to keep things out of the way for the people that are bringing supplies. Just a real quick note as well, pay attention to when you are getting boxes because you don't want to get things that aren't needed. I mean, if something they cap out at 99, if you go to get supplies and you have 99 tomato, 99 cheese, and you bring back a truck full of tomatoes and cheese, it was a waste of time. So just don't. Also, side note, each box contains a different, well, not each individual box, but all of the boxes are different in terms of how many things are inside of the box. So what I mean by that is there are 2 colas in each cola box. There are 3 in sausage, 3 in pepperoni, and then in each one of these, cheese, tomato, dough, and box, they are 4 a piece. So be mindful of that. Let's see. Okay, manager position. Let's talk about that really quick. If you are the manager, you can still work. I think a lot of people they want to stay in here and they want to be lazy, but I love to work as a manager. One of my favorite things to do, especially if you have trolls in your server, is to be a manager because first of all, you have the ability to fire them, but that's not where I was going with that. And that's if they mess up enough. But anyway, that's like I said, I'm going to do that video when I do the pets video. But anyway, if you're the manager, you can work in any position that you want to, and no one knows exactly where you're at. So if there's trolls in the server and they're trying to take all the supply trucks and it doesn't show that there's a supplier, you can be the supplier and they would never know that you're down there getting boxes because it doesn't show your name by supplier. So that's just a little side note there. You also can choose player of the day, and then their face and name will show up on this poster, the one in the manager's office and the one over by where the cashiers are. You can give out special bonus checks, and you also have the ability to kick people in the server, but you have to have enough people to vote to kick a person out. The only time that you have the ability to get someone out of the server is if you fire them because they lost all of the stars over their head. So, yeah, sometimes it doesn't take very long and sometimes it does. People can vote you out as manager, but you need 8 people, and I've never been kicked out of the manager spot. Just because there's never been 8 people that thought that I was bad enough as a manager to want to vote me out. So yeah, being a manager is pretty cool. Just make sure that you are working, make sure that you are giving out bonuses, and make sure that you are, engaging in the game and not just sitting in your office being lazy. I really hope that this video has helped you in navigating the game a bit better by learning each role and what is expected of you. And, to keep the game flowing really nicely, it's always good to have a full server of people that are willing to work and everybody is doing their best job. So if you are best at cooking, maybe just ask, hey, can I cook? If your thing is boxing and you just want to stay in the boxer's position, you can do that. But if you have a golden pizza cutter, be that boxer, because you could be adding on money for everybody and making the server way more money. But I will say this quick note before I end this video. The most important job in this entire place is the cashier's position, because without someone taking orders, you do not have orders to deliver. And a lot of people forget that. A double time or a neon time will pop up, and you will see everyone migrate to the delivery area, and then everybody's complaining because there's no pizza to deliver. So if you're frustrated about that, go and take those orders. You will see that you make more money if you stand in that cashier's position. I understand that it can be really boring sometimes, but the more orders you have, the more money you make. And everybody wants to be a delivery driver, so you shouldn't have a problem with that. All right. I appreciate you watching this video. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. And if there are any ideas that you may have for another video, something that you want to see in the future, please leave a comment. I will be doing videos like throughout the next couple of weeks, just different things. And I'll probably eventually migrate to different games as well. But I really wanted to create these videos for work at a pizza place, because I think a lot of people don't know about the things that I'm talking about, because if they did, they'd be implementing these things. But I really appreciate you watching, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Have a great day.